What is up, everyone? It's Grim here, Grim Gaming UK, and we have recently had a update for Black Ops 2. But what did it contain? Well, there are fucking hundreds of videos on YouTube telling you what it contained. Obviously, first up was these little beauties. Yep, we now have prestige player cards, which are dollars dishwater. To be honest, just a personal opinion, I was a bit disappointed. I haven't got it personally. I'm only up to prestige 8 at the moment, as you can see here. The prestige master one doesn't have any animation or anything like obviously the original Black Ops, the top one, the 50, 10, whatever the fuck it was. Skull beret one was animated and looked really cool, but there's nothing like that here. There's no movement, doesn't do anything, it's just black compared to some of the others. Just a personal opinion, but it's a cool little touch, and I doubt it at 2 seconds, so it's all good. So back into everything else that was in it. Now, one thing I was interested in when I scrolled through the endless list of issues was that finally they have actually, if not admitted, they have at least fixed the dud C4 issue. Any of you guys that use C4 will know times you've thrown it, swear to God you've hit that button and nothing's happened. And it's been, you just get games sometimes where you'll chuck C4s and nothing happens over and over again. Anyway, they have come out and said that, or as I say, not said, but they have done a fix saying that an issue involving C4 not detonating properly when thrown on a surface. So literally, if you throw something and it hits the surface and you hit the button, it's a dud, nothing happens. So they fixed that. That was one thing I was interested in. And as I say, there's tons of these issues that they've resolved, and I'm not going to go through fucking all of them. The game's balancing stuff, to be fair, that's where I normally go straight away. I try and see what they've tweaked, what they've changed. And if you're a hardpoint fan, they've adjusted the hijacked hardpoint. When it goes underneath, it goes into the engine room. Now apparently it extends to both the ladders. As I say, I don't play that much hardpoint. I kind of find it, one, painful to play if you haven't got a decent party. Two, I don't like the fact that it's a set pattern. I think it would be much more interesting, a game type, if it rotated randomly. So, but that's just a personal opinion. So yeah, so they've changed that. Lightning strikes can't be used basically as your own personal radar system when you change rounds. Whatever, never done that. And then the fun ones. Global enemy spawn influences have been adjusted, and adjusted objective spawn influencers in Capture the Flag. So I'm going to kind of put the Capture Flag one to one side, but I will look at the global enemy spawn influencers. Now, I don't know what entirely that means, but obviously they've tweaked where people will spawn and what rules govern where they spawn. So, fingers crossed you don't spawn in front of a guy that's ADSing at your spawn point. But I played a couple of hours last night, and it did feel a lot to me like I was playing Modern Warfare 3. It felt like the revenge spawns were back. For instance, I don't know if I can get it, I will do and try and tag it on somewhere to this video. There was a point I played Yemen, and I killed 2 guys on statue side. Carried on running to the 2-story scaffolding building, and the 2 guys were immediately right there. They'd obviously just spawned next to me. And I had that a couple of times on various different maps. It was a fucking pain in the ass. Because, and I hate to break it to you, Treyarch, and Infinity Ward, Ravensoft, whoever the fuck is going to develop these games, when you make spawns so erratic and you make revenge spawns, people don't want to run. They don't want to move about, because what's the point? You run, you rush, and the next thing you know, somebody spawned behind you. So it's safer to stay where you are. And that's what people will do. But, oh, by the way, this bit here, this is me and Scythe or Matt. Basically, they've got a stealth chopper up, and neither of us have anything to take it out, so we're just kind of waiting. And we end up getting completely noob fucked. So, because, like idiots, we both look out the same window, and the guy comes and kills us both. We fucking thoroughly deserved that. One, for being sad little camping bitches, and two, because we play like noobs and nobody covered the door. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, no gun tweaks, balance issues, nothing like that at all. Nothing for TDM, which I got me. I was kind of hoping for, but I say hoping for. It's like winning the lottery. You know, I can buy a lottery ticket, completely convinced I will not win it, and it's just like, fuck it, I'll get the lottery ticket and you know, not worry about it. But as soon as that draw happens, you know, secretly there's a little part of you just lights up, and it's like, ooh, imagine if you did win all that money. But nope, the same thing happens. I get right towards the patch notes, I'm like, okay, here we go. There's gonna be something, and no, there was nothing. So, and to be fair, I was thinking about this the other day, and this is probably a topic for a separate video. Actually, yeah, I will save TDM discussions for another video. You guys don't want to hear it. The only other thing that has happened in this note is that Nuketown 2025 has now been added to the playlist. So it's now in the general rotation. You don't need to do Mosh Pit 24/7 or whatever the fuck they had, and it's no longer obviously for collectors who got who pre-ordered the game. It's now for, and this was stupid, I shouldn't have gone one-to-one with a guy with a shotgun. It's now for everyone. I think it's now obligatory, you have to download it, so. But I will say this, I've played it a couple of times today, and I'll note these things for you, Treyarch. One, it was a fun map in Black Ops 1, and the reason being was because, one, anybody could do well. It was a map where noob and veteran alike, it was a big clusterfuck. You know, it was just crazy, and that was fun. Because you had big maps like Array, you had amazing maps like Firing Range, you have all these, you know, Cracked I actually liked, I thought it was a really good map. You had quite large, medium to large size maps, and it was nice to get down to sort of just crazy, intense action. You know, that's what made that map fun, because it was a break from the norm, because you had, as I say, all these medium to large size maps that were not more of a struggle to find and kill people, but you know, you kind of got annoyed when you just spent the entire time on Array going round and round in freaking circles to be killed by some guy hiding under the crane in the bush. But so Nuketown was fun, but in this there are a lot of fucking annoying little maps, and you built your whole game around noobs doing well. So all of a sudden, it's not as fun as it once was. Yeah, I played, as I say, I played a couple of times last night, and Nuketown came up. Luckily enough, not as often as I thought it would. I thought generally when they inject a new map into the playlist, it comes up so friggin' often, but it didn't. I probably played it out of, I don't know, 30 games I played last night. I think I played it maybe 4 times. But you have so much shit in this game, and I'm not even talking about connections and that. I'm putting that to one side. I mean score streaks. I mean fucking attachments for guns. I mean the fact that in Black Ops 1, you didn't really need to worry about a guy with an LMG or a guy with a sniper rifle, or really guys with shotguns. In this game, you do. So all of a sudden, you've got tiny little Array. Tiny little Array? Jesus, Grim. You have tiny little Nuketown, okay? And you have guys with target finder LMGs with silencers. You have guys running around with shotguns, being shot to shit and then just one-bombing you. You have guys with sniper rifles laying at the backs of maps, pinging people off coming out the garages, or vice versa. And then you have the piece de resistance. You have, and granted, I know because I'm one of those people that does it, I have EMP grenades up the wazoo. But you have got, we had a map, so we had Nuketown, and we had 6 Guardians placed. The enemy was fucked. It's not a fun map with all that shit on it. And that's why I worry for what is the Carnival version of Firing Range that they're going to bring out. One, it looks like a clusterfuck again, and two, I think it's going to lose some of that magic. But all in all, as an update, not impressed, but time will tell. Later's guys.